What's up, guys? Alex Helms back with another American Cider review. I think this is episode 4. Uh, I hope that you can't hear all the noise in the background as usual. My kids are in the background playing with their toys and watching TV. It's super professional setup as I'm recording backwards on my phone. Today we're going to have another cider that I've tried before. It's actually one of my favorites. It's one of my go-tos because it's readily available where I live. In the grocery store, it is my favorite that I can get. And that is Noble Standard Bearer. Noble is out of Asheville, North Carolina, which is one of my favorite towns. I reached out to them to ask them if there was anything that they'd like me to say about Standard Bearer, and they sent me back a very polite email with a bunch of documentation, as well as a message saying that the Standard Bearer was Noble's very first cider. They sold their first glass at the Wedge Brewery in May 2012. They only made about 1,000 gallons that first year. It is their flagship. It's what they're known for. It has been reviewed by Bon Appetit magazine, and it's won numerous awards over the years, including several gold medals at the Great Lakes Cider and Perry competition. It is sold in 500 milliliter bottles, 12 ounce 4-pack bottles, and now the cans. I'll be honest, I had Noble in the bottle first, and I fell in love with it. And then they switched to cans, and I still love it, but I don't know. I think it's just me, but it tastes different. So I typically pour it in a glass anyway, but if I drink it out of the can, it just feels weird. So I get it in bottles when I can, but this is just as good. So let's take a look. Trusty Yards brewing glass. Nice and clear. Pretty standard cider color. Really pretty. See, and that reminds me, smell-wise, and I'm sure they'd hate me saying this, but it reminds me of my childhood because it smells like these White House apple juice bottles that my grandparents had. They were glass, and I used to pretend that I was drinking a beer out of them because I was 7 or 8, and I thought that was cool. So yeah, that's the first hint that I get off the smell, but very apple forward. And that's why I like it. It's dry, but it's not completely dry. It's definitely a semi-dry cider, and those are hard to find at the grocery store around here. You're typically going to be stuck with Cider Boys or Angry Orchard. We did get some Austin East ciders, so I will be reviewing those soon. But as far as the Noble goes, it is one of my absolute go-tos. I love this cider. It is one of the ones that made me fall in love with hard apple cider. And like they say on the can, clean, crisp, dry. It's not completely dry, but it's delicious. I highly recommend you pick it up if you have the ability. So that's another episode down. I'm Alex Helms. This is American Cider Review. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you're there. Appreciate it.